just what did you feel in the first quarter that just allowed them to get on top of you guys so quickly and let the game get out of hand?
They came ready to play. We didn't. When you lose a game like this, it's not really too much to break down. They just did what they were supposed to do and won the game.
Why don't you think you guys came ready to play?
I don't know. They dominated the game from the tip. And can't do nothing but tip my hat to those guys. They came ready, man. So good job by them.
And just what did you maybe learn throughout the course of this series? I know it's really quick in the aftermath here, but as you kind of maybe reflect on the series a little bit here, what are the big themes that you take away from this for your game?
For my game? I don't know. Good question. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it yet, so good question. I'll come back to you later.
Mike, as you kind of think about the journey this team took this year, I know it stings in the moment, but just kind of how do you feel about this team and where it got to at this point in the season?
We overcame a lot to get to this point. It was never an easy road for us at all. Proud of the way that we, gave ourselves this opportunity. Obviously, it hurts right now, but just looking back at everything that we had to kind of go through and, lineup changes and different guys, different situations throughout the season. Nobody thought we'd be in this situation this time, at this point of the year. So just got to think of that as a positive.
Mike, so many of the guys and Finch have talked about wanting to win this and win it, for you and to see your success in your career. Where are you just at from a personal standpoint right now?
It hurts, it hurts more than, I don't think anybody can really feel what I feel. I can't ask them to feel that because they haven't been around as long and seen how, few opportunities you get at this, this chance. So for me, it's gonna take a while just to kind of dissect what we just did and weren't able to accomplish. But at the same time, proud of my team, proud of these guys. Man, they really fought. Not just for me, but just for the whole team. They did a great job of bonding together in the right time just to give ourselves this chance. So I appreciate them more than anything, and we're gonna try this thing again next year.
And I know we talked about this a lot over the course of the years, but 2.5 years with Mike, just what is playing with him, over that time been like for you?
It's been great. Love Mike. Call him Unc, OG. Disappointed. Couldn't make it happen for him again this year, but like you said, we'll be right back. Try to make it happen for him again next year. Come a little more prepared, be ready. We know what to expect, so it should be fun, gearing up for next year.
You guys are in the Western Conference 2 years in a row. They were the number one team in the West 2 years in a row. How do you view them as a obstacle in the future? And they obviously play a very specialized style, so unique to them own. How can you guys prepare between now and next year's playoffs to be better against that style?
That's so long from now, I don't know. But they're a great team. Well coached. Top to bottom, they're pretty good. So just tip my hat to those guys. Congrats, and happy for them.
And what would you say, given, they have a bunch of switchable defenders and, throughout the series it seemed like, a lot of the ball pressure that they had got to, some of you guys with the turnovers, especially today. What can you just say about, some of the uniqueness that they have defensively and some of the problems that they can cause for you?
They got a small lineup that they throw out there. I think with like Caruso at the 5, just a bunch of different lineups, man. Stuff that you really don't see. Kind of like the old Warriors would do. Go small, put Draymond at the 5. They super handsy. They pluck at the ball all night. They pressure the ball to get you out of your comfort zone, running plays and stuff. So they do a pretty good job, man.
And then also, it seems like they had inevitable runs kind of in this series. Like game one, they went out big. You guys started to get a run. Same thing. They come back, respond.
Yep.
Game two, same thing.
Yep.
Same thing today. What can you just say about how frustrating kind of is that? Being able to respond to each of the punches that they throw?
It's not frustrating, man. It's a part of the game. It's just like I said, man. Once again, they're a really good team. Everyone here knows it. It's no surprise to nobody that this team is pretty good. Yeah, so yeah, they was ready, man. They're very prepared. And like I said before, well coached, top to bottom.
And you won a gold medal, so you know what it's like to be a champ. You know what it's like to get to the championship game. NBA side, however, you came up short twice. Knowing what it's like to be on the winning side, how much does it hurt, and what does it feel like to come up short of the finals 2 years in a row?
It's exciting. I don't know why people would think it would hurt. I mean, it's exciting for me. I'm 23. I get to do it a whole bunch of times. I'm hurt more so for myself, for Mike. I came up short for Mike. Like I said, we tried last year. We couldn't get it. We tried again this year. We're gonna try again next year. But hurting is a terrible word to use. I'm good. Yeah.
And considering, like, looking at Mike and his longevity, how hard it is to get there, does that put this in perspective at all too?
Yeah. I'm gonna work my butt off this summer. Nobody's gonna work harder than me this summer. I tell you that much. So, yeah, I'll try to make it happen again for Mike.
Mike, just in this moment, it does hurt so much. But how much do you look at what you all accomplished this season to get here 2 years in a row? Something this franchise has never done before.
It's special to be a part of a team that can handle a lot of the adversity that we went through and come out on the other end and be in this situation that we're in. It's disappointing for us, disappointing for our fans, disappointing for everybody at the moment. But man, we work. We do the right things. We come in early, leave late. We do everything we can to try to prepare ourselves for this long season and the ups and downs of it. And to be back in the situation again says a lot about our team, our coaches, our players' resiliency throughout the season, and something that we just got to keep building on, keep learning from. It's unfortunate, but like the best lesson is going through it, with your own experience, and these guys are feeling it. Obviously, I've felt this situation, and hopefully we just learn and get better from it.
And Finchie was saying that he had a conversation with you earlier in the season when things were going a little rough and just said, hey, what does a successful season look like for you? And you said, let's just get to the playoffs, win around, and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Given that you exceeded that, like, how do you view what you guys were able to do, ultimately?
Oh, yeah, we thought it was going downhill. We thought it was over for us. I mean, at one point, we was looking real bad. It was bad for us. Then we got hurt. But like Mike said, we turned it around. And I remember having that conversation with him, like, we just got to get to the playoffs and we'll figure it out. So, yeah, man, we did pretty good this year, man. We just came up short again. And, yeah, try to do it again next year.
And does it take a little while, like last year, to realize the finality, to realize how close you might have gotten once the conference final ends?
How close I might have gotten to the finals?
Yeah.
I mean, we lost. I can't think about how close I might have gotten. We lost. That's all that matters. They was the better team. They came out and beat us, punched us in the face, and we lost the game. We lost the series.
And when you say nobody's going to work harder than you this summer, do you have any particular things that you want to work on headed into this offseason?
Yeah, I'm not going to give out that information. Yeah, I'm going to keep that in-house this time.
Mike, what was, from a basketball standpoint, what was missing to be able to win this series?
Well, I think you look at the way that they played, and their movement, their body movement, their connectivity, in a sense that, their IQ, the things that they were doing, the adjustments they were making, were just a level above us. We were just a step slow at all those things. which kind of gave them,
Like they on one string.
yeah, they were like on one string defensively. They had
15 couplets on one string.
they had a plan. They executed it, and they didn't deviate from it. Those guys really, really locked in on that, and you can tell on both ends of the floor. It didn't matter, who scored, who had the ball. They were just finding an open person and making the next reads and things that we've gotten better at, but we're still working towards. I think so. We got a lot of room to grow and get better at it.
We'll go last question to Jason.
Mike Orient, it seemed like watching them play defense kind of reminded me of watching you guys in like the Denver series a year ago, just the physical tenacity and really taking it to them. Not a bad defense this year by any stretch, but not at that level. What is it going to take in your minds, or is it possible to get back to that level of defense?
Okay.
You got it.
Right now I'm not sure, but I know that the frustrating part is that we've had that level of defense, and that we need to, whatever that is, to get it back. We have to find that that effort, that attention to detail. At this stage, I think it was more the details that we were slipping on, not so much the effort, not so much the personnel. We had a lot of guys that can guard. A lot of guys that one-on-one can guard, and team defense and stuff like that. But it was slippage on the next steps. You know what I mean? Like the higher IQ things that we have to just get better at. So I think those are things that we'll have to improve for us next season.